Fuel prices in India. So as we know that fuel prices has always been a concern of debate in our country, as rising in fuel prices may directly or indirectly impact the lifestyle of people of our country. The fuel prices in India vary state to state, with Andaman and Nicobar Island being the territory with the lowest fuel prices and Andhra Pradesh being the state with highest fuel prices. So talking about what are the causes of high fuel prices in our country. First is that India imports about 85% of its fuel from other nations. The requirement of India for crude oil is 5.5 million barrels per day, and around 4 to 4.5 million barrels per day we import from other nations. Second is the rising transport cost. As we bring our oil from nations that are very far, like Russia and from Middle East, so it increases the shipment cost, thus increasing the fuel prices. Third is that half of the price we pay for fuel goes to the service tax and GST. So talking about what are the initiatives that should be taken by government to reduce the fuel prices in our country. First is that government should reduce the excise taxes. These are the taxes that are imposed on the refineries. So that recently government has increased these taxes by rupees 2 per litre. So if we decrease these costs, it may result in less fuel prices. Also by diversifying our oil imports, as we have recently seen in the war, as our main source is Middle East, and due to war our sources are getting hindered. So India should focus on diversifying its oil imports. As recently, after the Russia-Ukraine war, India has increased its oil imports from Russia from 1% to 40%, and about 2 million barrels per day fuel comes from Russia. So at conclusion, I want to say that fuels are the basic source of energy in the nation, and reducing fuel prices can directly help in increasing the economy of the country. Thank you.
Cinema is the mirror of society. It is not just reflects glamour, but also the values. Jai Hind everyone. My today's lecture topic is item songs. Nowadays, the item songs are become more demanding songs in nowadays. And if we talk about the recent movies, as we saw in the Pushpa, so that the Samantha, who was the famous actress, got the 5 crore for each item song. So it makes very glamour, and also the films are earning more than the item songs rather than the films. And the more films become famous with these item songs. And if we talk about some songs like Munni Badnaam Hui and some other likes or more, so they are more famous rather than the films of they released. So it does not needs any advertisement to do and other things, so that they get promoted directly by these songs, and people are influenced by these, and they are earning very good money, so that most of the actors and producer want to make the item songs more. And some are the concerns in this. Many people say that this is ethical, not good for the society. So most of the producers are not making this. As we talk about the SS Rajamouli, who was the producer of Bahubali and the more other films like RR, so they does not make any songs regarding this. So because he says that this is not ethical good for our society, but most of the actors and producers make it for the money. So it influences more persons in our society and influence towards that, and the producers and song makers makes the more energetic and the influencing dances, so that more people attract towards that, and they earn more they earn more prestige and also influence towards their movies and songs. This and some are not. Thank you.
Morning, gentlemen. As a person who is in the society is definitely judged and known and treated according to his profession. Doesn't matter the profession is a private or a public sector. So today I would be talking about the government jobs. So government jobs, its literal meaning is the employment provided by the government or the central government or the state government, PSUs or the local bodies and the judiciary too. So talking about the state government jobs, the famous which are the UPSC, Civil Services Examination, the ND examination which is further on conducted by the UPSC itself, the bank examinations, the PO and SBI and these type of examinations are two covered in the state center government jobs. Talking about some PSUs, BHEL, GAIL and SAIL, ONGC and NTPCs. These are some exams in the PSUs too. Judiciary, talking about judiciary, government jobs like Supreme Court judge and advocates, these are the jobs in total covered by the government jobs. So talking about its beneficiary sector too, government jobs provide many much more than we think before joining it. So basic facilities like traveling allowances, home and rent allowances, government quarters are provided by the government themselves, and also the pension facilities are also given after the retirement. During the services, all the requirements for a person in a government job are fulfilled by the government itself. And talking about the fee structure, salary structure, it is also given according to the payment level which is from level 1 to level 18. The allowances which are also paid additionally are the included in the salaries itself, which increases throughout the tenure of a person in government jobs. Thank you.
In Operation Sindoor, you have heard air defense systems named Sudarshan Chakra. Yes, you are right, I am talking about S-400. Good morning, gentlemen. I will be presenting my lecturette on S-400. S-400 is a surface-to-air missile which we used in Operation Sindoor. If we talk about the history of S-400, the original country is from Russia, and Russia has started development of this surface-to-air missile in 1980s. In 1990, they have test for the first missile air defense system and conducted this sophisticated air defense system in his army by 2017. If we talk about India's context, in 2017, Indian government has signed a deal with Russia to procure 5 units of S-400, and in 2021 we get the first S-400 delivery, and in the consecutive years we get 2 more S-400. The total amount is around 39,000 crore rupees. But these in the recent conflict with Pakistan, this shows that we need integrated air defense system, because S-400 did a very tremendous job. If we talk about the components and the other components of the S-400, the speed of missiles they can launch is around the speed of missiles is around 17,000 km per hour, and it can the 17,000 km per hour is around 14 Mach. Now if I talk about, it can detect around 80 target at once and engage 36, and with in every engaged target they send 2 missiles. With those 2 missiles, if one missile got distracted with their defense systems, it can achieve their now if I talk about the S-400, if I give you my opinion on the S-400, we have seen the India needs an integrated air defense system. If we know we have Akash missile system, but the late deliveries of S-400, because we divide because we share around more than 6,000 kilometers boundary with Pakistan and China, and 3 air defense system is not enough. So these delayed deliveries will be impact our security and sovereignty. Now if I conclude my topic, S-400 is a very good and sophisticated air defense system, but we have to look into it. We have to look into it to manufacture on our own. Thank you.
एक मिनट
Imagine printing not only paper but 3D stuffs like houses, aircrafts and many other things. Yes, you heard it right. It is the technology of 3D printing. 3D printing refers to printing real life objects, 3D objects layer by layer, and it is used for many purposes as of today. 3D printing was introduced in the 1980s, but at that time it was limited to only printing prototypes, and with further improvement in technology it improved, and now we use it in many fields. Notably, the fields in which 3D printing is used is defense and research. There are many aircraft types which are created using 3D printers. Education and art is also one field where it is used. Apart from it, houses are also made from 3D printers. You will be surprised to know that it takes only 24 hours to even print a thing as big as a house. So noting about this, we can come to the advantages or the benefits we are getting after 3D printing. 3D printing has reduced the waste which is generated after crafting objects. The traditional methods includes subtracting materials and crafting the objects, but 3D printing creates them layer by layer, so it decreases the waste generated. Also, we have better customization as far as 3D printing is concerned. Talking about the challenges, there are many challenges to 3D printing. One includes it is not cost effective, and machines which are used in 3D printing are somewhat costly, and we have many limitations related to security, for example in defense and bio field. where 3D printing is used, there are many limitations for the security also. Talking about concluding the topic, we can say that 3D printing is not just mere technology, it is a revolution. It is a step we can take to replace the traditional methods, and it can further play a major role in research and improvement of technology. Thank you.
अबे उल्टा क्यों है?
The economic development of a country not just depends on its people and trade, but also in its security. So that is why India has designed several programs. And today I am going to talk about one of it, that is the Integrated Defense Missile Program of India. Good morning, gentlemen. My lecture topic is the missile program of India. The Integrated Development Missile Program was started in 1980s and is responsible for the development of several missiles, primarily the Prithvi, that is the surface-to-surface ballistic missile, the Agni, Trishul, Nag, that is the anti-tank missile, as well as Agni missile, that is also the surface-to-surface missile. And talking about Agni missile, it is also the fifth integrated part of the Agni missile is a intercontinental ballistic missile with a expected range of more than 8,000 kilometers. Now talking about another missile, that is the BrahMos missile, a joint venture by the India and Russian government, with India having 51% of the procurement. And talking about BrahMos missile, it is a cruise missile, highly advanced, which can be launched from air, water, surface, as well as submarine. It also has nuclear capabilities, enhancing India's technological tact over other nations. Now, what are the advantages? The advantages that India have for its missile development system program is its self-reliance. It develops its self-reliance so that it does not have to import defense arms. Then it can also export the other missile that is developed, like currently it is exporting BrahMos missile to several countries like Indonesia, and procurement of Agni missile is also in phase. And then there is also the air defense system, the Akash air defense system, that the Taiwan is also trying to get, and talks are going on. Now for the conclusion, I would say that the hypersonic missile system, India is trying to get it done, and also there has been a successful test of the hypersonic scramjet system over a good range by the DRDO, as well as the currently only some companies are responsible for the development of missile. So the government enterprises can make a joint venture with private enterprises also to make the India's missile development program a successful, and that was also the mission of the previous president of India, that is the missile man APJ Abdul Kalam. Gentlemen, thank you and have a nice day.
A wise man once said, "A friend in need is a friend indeed." Hello everyone, I am Rudraksh, and today I am going to deliver a lecturette on the topic, my best friend. A best friend is not just about, talking, sitting and gossiping. It is about selfless love, compassion and cooperation. My best friend name is Jayavardhan Singh Bist. He was my childhood friend. We are in the same class. He was very loyal and he was very helpful. He always helped me in my assignments and my projects. Also, talking about his nature, he was very kind. Whenever I need help, he always helped me. We go and do a lot of activities like trekking, swimming, and even we went for to explore different destinations. I remembered a case. We went to the Nana Peak for a trekking. It was a 6 kilometer trek, a steep mountain trek, and after 3 kilometers, I became hectic and very tired and dehydrated. He helped me and motivated me that there is only 2 kilometers left to reach the top of the mountain, and that is what shows how friendly he is. Again, whenever I need his help, not just monetary but emotionally, he was always available. Currently, talking about some of its weaknesses, as I think the one of the biggest weakness that he has is he never repay the money he borrowed on time. I told him multiple times, but still he was not managed to do it. But he said to me that he will do it better. The second weakness that I think is he was a little bit of stubborn. As once we have decided to go to a gym or swimming, he said we will go to gym rather than the swimming. I again convinced him, but he was, as I told you, he was a little bit stubborn about it. So I think he should change his nature. He want to be somewhat flexible for his decisions. In conclusion, I want to say that there is very less time. Make new friends and create memories, because this is only the thing that will help you in your later life. Thank you.
Global warming isn't a prediction, it is a reality. Good morning everyone. Today's topic of my lecturette is global warming. So talking about the global warming, to give you an example or consequences that happen. So I would love to give you a fact that Uttarakhand. So Uttarakhand has seen an increase in 1.5% annual average temperature, and it is all because of global warming. So talking about global warming, what is a global warming? Global warming is increase in the surface Earth's surface due to the increase in the temperature due to the presence of greenhouse gases. So to tell you about the causes of global warming, so there are two types of causes, natural causes and the man-made causes. So firstly we will talk about the natural causes. So natural causes include volcanoes or forest fires and also water vapor. So as you know, as the temperature increases, the amount of water vapor increases in the surface, and that leads to increase in the overall temperature of the Earth's surface. And talking about the forest fire, obviously it leads to the emission of CO2, which leads to entrapping of the gases, entrapping of the solar radiation, and that increases the temperature. Also, after talking about the man-made sources of global warming, so man-made sources are like the emission of CO2 through the vehicles or through the industries, and also through the chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs, that the refrigerators or ACs that you are using at the home are one of the concerns that causes the depletion of ozone layer, which protects the Earth's surface from the solar radiation. So talking about the effects of global warming, so global warming leads to the increase of the overall temperature of the Earth's surface, which leads to the extinction of many species that thrive in a particular temperature, and it also leads to the disbalance of the Earth's habitat. And also, if we talk about the effect of the global warming, one of the main causes is the change in the environment. Change leads to the many diseases. And then talking about the way forward, if we talk about global warming, so I believe to reduce global warming, we can switch to alternative sources of energy. For example, we can use hydrothermal energies or the wind thermal energies or solar energies to produce the energy that we require for our consumption, because that will also reduce the consumption of reduce the emission of CO2, as well as it will lead to the less emission of CO2. Also, there are many international agreements that has been signed, like Montreal Protocol or the Kyoto Protocol for the emission of the CO2. More pacts or agreements like that should be signed, and that will help in the maintenance of the greenhouse gases and will lead to the reduction of the global warming. Thank you.
So all the very best guys for your results and upcoming SSBs.